You were too early. You ruined it. You ruined your chance. You don't get a second try.
No.
Hello, I am.
I'll give you inspiration chance. Do it again.
No.
No.
Hello, everyone. I am your host, Renaissance Volpine. My brain has malfunctioned. Hi, I'm your host. I am your host, Renaissance Volpine. I'm playing the Magus Sparkling Tart Tecumseh. I'm adorable. Who's next?
Anyone
Both are
else?
very humble.
What?
The most humble.
I'm Uni. I'm Scully. I'm a skeleton. Alchemist skeleton. Don't ask more questions.
Okay.
Asks infinitely more questions.
Hi, I'm Sonora or Ninja. I play Dun, the Nagaji fighter. God, my brain keeps on stumbling over what I should call things. Anyways,
Just call him a boy.
he's okay. He's the boy.
There you go.
He's the boy trying to play leader and failing miserably at it. Because
He's
Doing
literally-
his best.
He's the only boy in the group. You can just call him the boy.
yeah, you know what? That is true. He
That
is
is
the only
fair.
boy.
Here comes the boy.
The token man.
Hey!
And I'm Cole. I'm playing Carmen, the Kitsune Gunslinger.
Hooray! Clap, 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 clap.
It was just that easy.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Actually, what did
That
we do
time.
last time? My brain fucking does not remember.
We fought two
You guys
hippos.
decided to make your way to the town of Scorn. You got on board a rowboat to take you part way down the river, so you can get, a journey done within a day instead of walking and taking like a few days.
Okay.
Along the way, you got a lore dump about Scorn being not so much a cursed town, but simply a very sick town, due to its over-reliance on mining of mithril, which is kind of magically polluting the area, causing weird shit to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along the way, you fought some hippos.
We all. Everyone got eaten by the hippo at least once, except for Cole, right?
Yeah.
Became a
Slightly
snack.
trampled.
Cole got run over.
Yeah, slightly trampled.
You then found a runaway prisoner and decided to help her get away by first intimidating and then bribing the guard to go home without her. She let you know that stuff in Scorn's kind of weird. Upon arriving, you were greeted by the mist-covered city that's very doom and gloom in appearance and very heavily abandoned by the looks of it. You met with a man that you met on the boat trip over here, like the big boat trip, who is a mercenary part of a group called the Red Slashers. He let you on his mission simply because he needed someone to talk to about it because he didn't know who he could trust. Where he let you know that Scorn's being very locked down and at the moment with its prisoner policy where it's introducing new laws to get people thrown in prison to then send them off to the mines to work for mithril. Because by the sounds of it, the mithril supply is running out, which means the town is dying. He invited you to his camp outside of town to meet with one of his other companions, as they are planning a prison break, as their third companion was captured and imprisoned for asking too many questions around town. You guys said you'd think about it, but you would join him shortly if you thought about agreeing, which I think you then said you would.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we all pretty much agreed on it.
But then on your way to leave, you saw a procession going on around what is known as the Chain Tower, a massive obelisk in the middle of town covered in a black chain, which acts kind of like a lighthouse that keeps the fog away from the center of town. And the procession was led by the only bit of color in the town, this elvish priestess, who was claiming that hope would return to the town, and that through God's light, the town would be saved, and the fog would be pushed back. And that's where we left off.
Ah, yeah, that did happen.
Didn't we?
And I remember I scanned it. What did I see when I scanned it?
She was evil.
It was like,
you don't know if she was evil, but Ren, you did a religion check and worked out that her textures and passages that she was letting off were actual prayers, like real prayers and stuff. But Cole got, when he did his more in-depth scan, instead of like the radiant lights that you would normally find in like, the greater gods and stuff, it was a darker, more necrotic, necromancy-based religious passage instead. So, more than likely, whatever god she is referring to is probably some form of death domain.
So they are trying to murder people in the fucking mines.
Very much so.
That's
Not
the conclusion you've come to.
Yeah, it's not necessarily.
That is a conclusion you've come to.
Yeah.
To be fair, I only know that it was a real player. I only know that it was a real prayer.
That is true. So with Cold Scan, I will just clarify that it is religious in nature, her prayers and the magic she's letting off, but it's not divine magic. It is arcane necromantic magic instead.
Yep.
So her magic is founded in religion, but not the kind of religion you expect for like the chanting she is doing, as she is speaking a lot of like rebirth and hope and bringing back the light.
I don't know, rebirth sounds kind of necromantic to me.
I mean, healing is technically necromantic magic, so there's.
Yep.
Remember, necromancy is not so bad. It just depends on what form of it are they using.
It just sounds
necromancy
bad.
is not illegal in the world.
Yes, I can't say she's necessarily evil, just that she uses necromancy for her religious practice. And given what they're dealing with, anything is probably helpful at this point.
Fair
Though
enough.
there's kind of sus going on.
I'll hand it back to you for what would you like to do?
If I remember well, we said we were going to rest to get a little bit of healing and any spell slots that we may be missing back.
Yeah, we were gonna.
And then we were gonna head over to the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely because it's a good way to, keep everything on the down low as if he's left. And then we take a night to get everything done and get a hero point in.
The hero
we
point.
Dump them in the morning.
Yep. Give yourself a hero point, and if you're going to sleep, you may take a long rest.
Yes.
Resting.
Take a nap.
Woo! I healed up to full.
Got my spell slots back.
Let me go ahead and do my...
I am so tempted to get that drink that I had in my refrigerator for a long time. I don't know why it's calling me now.
What kind of drink is it?
Alcoholic.
It's alcoholic. But I'll be good. I'll wait after stream.
You bad.
No.
For
I don't, if I I drink it now and I end up getting tipsy, all you're gonna hear is me just chatting nonstop.
Okay, I got you.
And probably talk about things that I really shouldn't be talking about.
You know what? That's
Lewd.
fair.
Nothing said it would be lewd. It just probably mentioned things that I really shouldn't say.
I murdered a man in 1907.
Uni, how could you?
I know. How could you?
No, I was suggesting.
She wasn't even born back then.
I was born in the 90s. I would like to say that.
She's a time traveler.
What?
Get her!
Wait, you were born in the 90s?
I was born in the 90s. I may be a
We'll
baby,
fix
but not
that.
all babies were born in the 2000s.
You sure?
Projects out.
I'm positive, I swear.
I feel like she's lying to us.
Like it's 2024, and you're 12, so that would make it 2012 that you're born.
Yeah.
I was already reading fan fiction in 2012. Don't at me.
I think I was too.
Well, all I can say is that I was reading fan fiction and laughing at 13-year-olds.
Anyways.
Yes, anyways.
Anyways, so each of you go to whatever rooms that you hired for the night. I forget what you had designed. I think you did 2 each.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did 2
Yep.
each.
So you have this kind of like weird sensation as you go to sleep and wake up. Simply because of how the town and its environment is. You guys, close up the windows, pull down the blinds, and it's dark outside. You can see, the twilight sky and all that.
Yeah.
Fall asleep, get your rest. Yep, sleep your 6 to 8 hours, depending what your sleep schedule's like. Wake up, pull back the blinds, and it's still just pitch black outside, because the fog is just
That dense.
completely blanketing that dense and just blocking out the sun that much.
Huh.
So you have this weird motion where
Easy to lose
you
track
know
of
you've
time.
you know you've slept for a long time, but you can't really tell what time it is because it still looks like it's the exact same time you went to sleep.
Right.
We should head to camp just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Sure.
sounds good.
We should head out to join with the other two.
Yes.
Alright. You follow the directions you were given from the crudely drawn map that your acquaintance was given to you.
Yep.
It leads you north out of town and eventually deviates from the road to go into the woods. And as you enter into the woods and start heading deeper within the mountain region itself, you start coming across smaller outskirt towns and settlements that have been built out here, as if the city itself was much larger back in the day. But this stuff has been long since abandoned and reclaimed by nature. You see the framework of stone buildings, but now wrapped up in vines and with trees and other plants growing through the roofs and stuff. It seems once upon a time Scorn was a much, much larger city, but that was definitely a long time ago.
Just for safety reasons, I'm gonna roll a perception to just. We're not being followed, right? Kinda. Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Let's see, 16. You kind of look over your shoulder a bit.
Carmen does it better.
So, Deku, you're kind of glancing over your shoulder every so often. Maybe you hear a twig snap off in the distance somewhere, and it gives you a bit of a jump. You're unsure if, you're being followed or it's just,
Nerves.
wild animals like a deer or something.
Yeah.
Carmen, as you're, properly scanning around, using a bit of your eye magic to, give you a bit of a boost on it, you don't think you're, no one seems to be tailing you. You feel like you were pretty, undercover in town, so you didn't get too much attention, so there isn't, people watching you exactly.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Cool.
But eventually, the group of you would arrive in where you assume the map was leading you, as you find parts of the town in this somewhat more of a clearing crossroads section with buildings built around. In the middle, you see a kind of makeshift camp has been set up with tents, ants, and a fire. Currently gathered around the camp, you see 3 individuals in the same kind of ratty, ragged clothes that were worn by the woman that you guys let go earlier yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Each one's in various different conditions. Most of them have weathered hands and faces from working in a mine, but you see a few of them have more fresher scars along their shoulders and back that you recognize as whip marks. But out of the group of them, it only looks like 2 or 3 might have this. So counting the group, it looks like there's about 10 of these escaped prisoners around the camp.
Ah.
See.
Kind of walking around, talking to these escaped prisoners and reading out of his book that he has. You recognize the man from yesterday in the tavern. You also recognize, currently slumped up against one of the buildings with his head down, kind of snoozing a bit, is a much heavily armored man, but you also recognize him from the boat on your way over. His left arm having this red sash, a cloth that runs from his shoulder down to his wrist.
Ah. We approach.
See what they're up to.
Yeah.
As you begin to walk into the town, you see the prisoners who are taking refuge in this camp will see you starting to approach, and immediately begin to get skittish and scared, fearing that you might be here searching for them for whatever reason, and many of them begin to duck into buildings or into their tents to hide from you.
Fair enough.
Funny, but honestly, I find it a little funny because it's we already seen you. You are ducking now.
Yeah.
As you enter into the camp itself, Teku, the white-haired man from yesterday, looks over, closes his book, and walks over to you guys. So you did decide to help.
Yep.
Of course.
Well, I welcome you to, I wouldn't exactly call this our base of operations, but it's the best thing we got. We kind of stumbled upon this camp about a week ago, and it kind of alerted us to what's going on here.
Fair enough.
Ah. Do you... What exactly? How much do you know?
Well, from asking around many of the escaped prisoners here, Dawn's always been kind of law tight, as it were, as it seems to have twice as many laws, but mostly in the form of theft. They're heavy on stealing, especially when it comes to their mithril mines. If they catch you with any form of contraband, you're immediately locked up with very little law to your name.
Ah.
But lately, things have escalated over the past few months. I'm not exactly sure what's changed or who is the responsible and stuff like that. But over these last few months, new laws have been trickling in, and every so often get announced by the town criers and stuff like that, informing people that they're cracking down on this and that, and people who are caught committing these crimes are whisked away and thrown to the mines to pay off their debt to the city. It started off as simple things like pickpocketing and more theft-related stuff, but lately other crimes, such as staying out against curfews or entering into parts of the city that are deemed dangerous, such as abandoned districts, seems to get people no longer a simple warning, but cuffed and thrown into the mines.
That
see.
is quite
Oh.
suspicious.
Dude.
They're hiding something.
I don't know if it's simple greed as the mines run dry, or something more sinister going on with the higher-ups, but
It'd be both.
my concern in the matter, though, is while I do want to obviously investigate more and rescue my companion, the town wasn't always like this, which means not everyone who's down in that mine is an innocent soul.
Fair enough.
Causing a massive prison break to free my companion, well, simple and quick. I don't
Has
want to accidentally let
consequences.
I don't want to exactly let a mass murderer who might be down there out onto the street again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep, fair.
That is as much information that I have, though, on the subject.
Fair enough. Um, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of questions was your companion asking?
If you're aware.
She was looking for our employer. We were hired about a few weeks ago by the town marshal. He was going to have us investigate the mines for these monster attacks that are happening down there. That's what most people are being hired for, but when we arrived, he was nowhere to be found, and when we tried to dive into who this mysterious marshal is and where he went and simply just try and track down the job that we were hired to do, people started getting very tight-lipped. And I guess she just pushed a bit too many buttons trying to get an answer.
I see.
You watch as he puts a hand into his pocket, pulls out a bunch of papers, goes through them, and eventually pulls out what looks like a more formal-looking document, and then hands it over to you guys.
All right.
Alright.
Looking at it, it is a very official, formal note of employment signed from the Office of Scorn by a man by the name of Bale Oldhorn, who is the marshal of the town.
Curse
It is
you, Bale.
contract work for hunting monsters in the lower regions of the Mithril mines.
I see.
I have no idea what happened to this Marshal Old Horn, but no one wants to talk about it, it seems, and asking the questions that we did got us in the situation we are now in.
I see.
Fair enough.
The strangest thing, though, is when I compared notes with some of the other mercenaries that arrived, some of the older mercenaries who arrived the same time we did, we also contain these notes from the Marshal Oldhorn, but the newer employed mercenaries, they have a note. Their Marshal note is instead signed by another individual by the name of Marshal Isvik.
How do I spell Isfik?
See, so INV.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, INVISIAK.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, I'm going to chat.
Okay, cool, I did spell it right. Invisiak. I will point that the escaped prisoners, have they given you any information?
Nothing of note. They claim that their escape was possible because they found a cave system while digging. Some of them decided to risk it and explore the caves, and it led them out here into the forest. But they also said they're not the only ones who went down there. Others went different directions into the cave, and it's unclear what happened to them.
We found a random prisoner escaping from. Was it a marshal?
No. So she was just being chased by a random guard.
Being
So
chased by.
So a town marshal is, think of it like, the town like sheriff, but like for like a city rather than a small town.
Fair enough.
So so a marshal is the one who's in charge of all the law enforcement.
Ah.
We don't know what path she took, but she thankfully was able to escape further off. Maybe their escape route is our way in.
Yep. That would be a quick way in.
That is indeed a possibility. Though digging deep into the mines and finding a cave system on the ground basically screams the Darklands to me. And I don't know if I want to get lost down there.
Fair enough.
Also,
I will ask the prisoners when they were imprisoned.
Just roll me a diplomacy to see, like...
If they are willing to talk.
Oh no.
So they see you speaking with someone they see friendly with, so they obviously don't see you as a threat, but is more just to coax it out of them, as all of them still look terrified and
I have a +0 in diplomacy.
Should all of us roll diplomacy or just Ren?
just ran because he's the one who asked.
I have a +0 in diplomacy. A nat 1, it wouldn't have mattered.
So I take it you start like going around to different people and like trying to coax a bit of information, but most of these people just shut down immediately. Like they look exhausted and terrified.
You don't got the riz, bro.
Is there anything I could do to, make them talk that isn't diplomacy? Like maybe I can tend to their wounds. And maybe they get chatty while I'm tending to their wounds. Like a haircut. People get chatty during those.
I take a nap during haircuts.
Same.
You get the feeling with your one. A lot of these people, they're not like, scared of you and like actively hiding from you, but what they have gone through, both the mines, their imprisonment, and then what seems like possibly walking through the Darklands in the cave systems.
Not really something they want to talk about.
They're not really in any condition to be answering questions at this point.
Fair enough.
Oh gosh.
Because there is one thing that it's like, okay, things went wrong a few months ago. And if they are, more recent prisoners, they can tell me who came into power-ish a few months ago was kind of the hope there.
If you give me a medicine roll, and depending how you roll, I'll give you some. Yeah. They're not going to tell you something, but you'll get other information that might be relevant.
Ah.
26. You started to you're not really getting anything out of them, so you started to just fall back into what you tend to do and start help patching people up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking after people and tending to whatever injuries they might have, you begin to come to the conclusion there's a vast different groupings essentially of people. Some of these wounds look quite fresh and they haven't got that worn tear to their skin yet along their hands, so you feel like some of these people have been only recently imprisoned in the mines, while others have deep leather hands and gashes in their skin that are from a long time healed and stuff like that. So you feel like it's a mix. Some people have obviously been in the mine for a very long time, and others are more recent.
Interesting. So
I will say that the majority, so probably about 60-70% of them, seem like they fall into the recent category.
Unfortunately, that it's good to know more or less a timeline of events, but this unfortunately does not give me a political timeline of events.
It doesn't narrow it down much.
Yep, unfortunately, no.
Oh well.
Yep, oh well indeed.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
There is one other thing I can do, since we are talking about it recently. So, yeah, I have lore for the underworld.
Oh.
Is this the same thing? Because the underworld
That could just mean criminal rings, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what
It doesn't necessarily mean literal place of the dead.
No, not the
no,
place
no,
of
no.
the dead. We aren't going to
Oh,
the place of
right.
the dead.
Talking about Underdark.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Underdark.
So, where are you getting this lore from?
The ground people.
Yeah, the ground people.
Yeah, but is it your background? Is it your...
I believe
Like-
it is my background.
So, your background is back alley doctor. So, I would think that
This might be
that kind of...
criminal.
This is more criminal rather than
Yeah.
the actual Darklands.
The
I
only
will let you know
reason.
that roll that you definitely know that the Darklands, because it is like a law, is said to be like this like lawless hell under everyone's feet. A lot of criminals and underground activities go through it, especially for like smuggling purposes. But you know that it's extremely fucking risky and dangerous to do that, because at any time, even a well escorted caravan of goods, you get jumped by the wrong group of people down there, you're dead.
Yeah. The only reason that my brain went, oh, I might know, is because I have like both of the Underdark languages on me.
That is kind of funny.
So that's why my brain conflated the two, because I also got the underground language out of it.
Fair.
So yeah, so I'll just say that from a more basically, you know, the key beats about the Darklands. The Darklands are basically like deep caverns and caves and basically the land under your feet. It's quite a way down there, but it is its own like ecosystem and its own world, and is a government, and it basically is run very differently from anything up here.
Fair enough. So base minimum.
But base minimum, you know that if you go down there, expect a fight.
So if we
Yep.
were to, we'd probably want to get supplies and all that stuff just to be prepared.
Yeah. Why do I still have temporary HP?
I think you lost your temporary HP because you long rested.
No, I still had it. I just got rid of it just now.
Ah.
I was very confused because I thought, I'm like, that shouldn't be there. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I mean, honestly, I don't know even where to begin to go. Like, honestly, I'm more of point me in the direction of you want us to send us, and I'll head.
Actually, an important question is
I guess it's
Mhm.
what can we do for them?
that there's that too, but the other question that I was going to ask is, do you know if do the Red Sash guys know if their teammate has already been sent down into the mines?
We assume so, as the mines and the prison are one and the same.
Ah.
See, yeah.
Having scoped it out a little, it basically works like a layer system the worse your crimes, the deeper down into the mines they send you.
So the issue now
Hmm.
becomes
That's messed
how.
up.
So the issue now becomes how bad of a crime is what your partner did considered.
Our hope is simply because she is not a Scorn resident and also part of a mercenary company. They haven't tried to simply make her disappear by sending her to lost regions, as her disappearance would just mean that more mercenaries would come looking for her. So our hope is that she's on the upper levels, mining for whatever's up there, coal, iron, that kind of thing. Simply to put a little bit of fear in her so that when they let her go, that she'll leave, essentially. But,
Did they actually let him go?
I mean, it's a prison, it's not slavery. People will eventually do work off their debt and are allowed to go. At least that's my understanding, and how the law system should work.
Unfortunately, we don't have a guarantee. And since she is a mercenary and she's been hired to hunt down monsters, they could just say she was killed by a monster.
Either way, we should see. We should probably figure out how to save her sooner than rather than later.
Well, yeah.
Our best bet would be to take the cave that the escaped prisoners took to get in. That would get us in without having to lose our equipment. At worst, one of us can get thrown in prison on purpose, asking about Bale Oldhorn, and therefore hopefully getting thrown into the same level as your teammate. Unfortunately, from that point on, we lose communications.
What's the most mildest crime we could commit to get thrown in there?
I'd rather not
No,
commit
You're not
a
moving
crime
thievery,
because
so if you want to attempt to steal something, but make it obvious enough to get caught.
I'd rather not do anything that would send us in there unarmed.
Yeah,
Oh,
That sounds stupid.
the
That's
best
also fair.
the only way that we would be willing to send someone in there unarmed if it's someone who would be good at fighting with their hands.
Are you looking at me?
I was about to
Are
say,
you
we
good
looking
at fighting
Jonathan?
with your hands? I've only ever seen you use the whip and the sword.
So above board, I could basically, I boosted up like both my unarmed strikes and my fangs, and my whole thing is grappling.
So technically speaking, the answer is yes.
Yes.
I am not looking at you because Teku hasn't seen you fighting bare-fisted.
Fair enough.
And also, another thing is, I wouldn't want to lose communications. It's
Fair enough.
pretty bad. So my suggestion is we find the tunnel that the miners escaped from.
Like unarmed, like my unarmed strike. If our like, just to my first attack, it's from my sword. It's a plus 19. My unarmed strikes is plus 17, and I don't know how much damage I do with it.
Fair enough.
I believe you do 2d6 plus your strength stuff, which is also 6.
Yeah, so it's fairly decent.
Either way, I wouldn't feel comfortable sending someone in without a way to communicate with that someone.
Fair enough.
As you mentioned, possibly using the cave system again, he'll look back over to you and simply say, while I agree being able to keep our equipment would be beneficial, the problem with going through the cave, first we'd have to try and convince one of these sorry lot to lead us to it. then we'd have to try and navigate it without getting lost through the Darklands to find our way into the mines, and then navigate through the mine system to find whatever level it is that our companion is on.
That's fair.
There's a lot of chances of getting lost, and I do not really wish to spend my twilight years in the darkness.
That's fair.
I mean, the third option is breaking in through the front door.
That sounds like we would get a lot of people on our ass real quick.
Yeah, unfortunate. Wait a minute. What if, since we are still being sent down into the mines, if we go in for your quest, we just say we're here for the quest. We don't ask about the employer. We just say we're here to take out monsters in the mines. That should let us into the mines with our equipment.
That is also an option. I've given up on it simply because we were the ones who asked questions, so they would know who we are because of it. But you're an unknown group, so you arriving as mercenaries and going into the mines that way would probably be more acceptable.
I'll put out my hand for his missive.
I don't think you want to take mine, as once again mine is signed by the mysterious marshal, which might get you in trouble.
It might if we ask about him, but if we say that we don't care who it is, so long as we get paid at the end, they might not care.
They might ask to see it though.
That is the biggest issue. They will ask to see a missive. So long as we're not too nosy about it, we should be fine.
You said you're Pathfinders, correct? You could always simply say that you are here for work and get it that way.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to say that you arrived here for the job. You can simply say that you're here for work and then get it.
Did we just cut off?
Makes more sense.
But if you feel you want to have an actual missive, you can always try and steal it off another mercenary group from around town.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that too. But we should try the PathFinder angle, since that one's probably easier.
They got a lot of influence.
That one has the least and ifs or buts to it.
Yep.
Approving of this plan. The only downside that I can see to it, though, is it'll leave the four of you into the mines to deal with everything by yourselves. You won't get myself and my companion to back you up. Do you feel capable enough to do this, to handle this by yourselves?
Yeah.
I think we are.
This isn't town dungeon delving.
And we kind of started through dungeon delving.
Very well. I wish you luck.
There's only one last point of contention, which is we won't know how to contact you afterwards.
That is fair. And chances are we won't be staying here for long, as I'm sure they'll be looking for these prisoners. So likely they'll be moving on once they recover, and we'll be looking for a new place to stay low.
Fair.
Understandable. So, I suppose the best plan would be if you and your friend escort the escaped prisoners to the closest safe town that you believe you can trust, and you give us the location of that town, and we meet you there.
Well, the closest safe port passage would probably be Greenless.
Okay. Probably head back to Greenless, I guess, then.
Yeah?
That sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Very well. We'll return to Greenless once everyone here is fit enough to walk. And hope to see you there. If after a few weeks we don't hear anything, we will return our own to attempt our own second attempt at the prison break.
Sounds good.
Works for us. In that case, slight bow, and we return to town to ask about work.
Do they have like papers or something that prove we're with the PathFinder Society?
We have
those,
wayfinders.
right?
You have your badge.
Right.
I have the wait. Like,
You have papers, but Dunn also has his badge to show that he's a venture captain.
PathFinder. Right.
Technically, Carmen also has one, but hers is stolen. But
Well, stolen's a bit of a strong word. It's more like looted.
you found it on a corpse.
Yeah.
Looted.
Yep, it was looted.
It's not stolen
Alright.
if they don't want it anymore.
The-
It's more like they were dead, so they really couldn't do anything with it.
Exactly. They can't want it if they're dead.
I mean,
Scully, I want you to take a look at yourself.
I don't count. I'm not. Well, I'm dead, but I'm not. It's not the same.
okay, Scully, take a look at me.
You
I'm
were,
also dead.
but
Yeah.
you're not. You're dead, but you're not.
Okay.
Undead, I guess the term is.
Yes, I'm. We're just teasing Scully.
They are being mean to the skeleton.
We are not being mean.
Whoa,
It's that
I'm
you
shaking
have.
in my bones.
It's that you are technically dead.
Yeah, technically.
Technically.
I can still want something and still be technically dead.
I thought of a really fucked up
As
question.
long as
I was
it's
done-
moving,
I was
it's
done, but
not-
I'm not going
it's
to ask
not
you because
dead.
it's really fucked up.
Oh god. I kind of want to know now, but I don't know if I
So-
want to know.
Because you were born undead, right?
Uh-huh.
Does that technically mean that your birth was an abortion?
No, it wouldn't be an abortion. It would be a stillbirth.
I believe Reddit's correct, though.
Yeah, I believe Ren is correct.
It would count as an abortion if it had to be a C-section.
Fair.
Why did I come out with all the fucking morbid shit?
One of
Yeah,
them
I'm not
days.
past that.
You know medical, sort of. Rattle the bones.
Rattle the bones.
Hey, you're a snake, but you're an egg.
No. There are
very-
snakes.
I'm-
There are snakes that are live birthed.
Yep.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Little noodles.
I find it funny because I didn't intentionally pick this, like, I just made Dunn his coloration as in, his typical coloration, but if I wanted to, I could technically say, if people didn't know about snakes, Dunn is technically albinoism.
Nice.
Oh, thank.
Anywho, to town!
Yep, to town.
Alright, well,
Like
you
he's.
guys begin to walk back through the abandoned towns and cities that dot the outside of Scorn.
Mhm.
As you guys are walking back, Carmen, your eye begins to like pick up as we'll take your 31 from earlier,
Yep.
and you guys begin to see a group of heavily armed individuals walking down the road. Not necessarily at your direction, but at least in your direction. You're not sure if they know you're there or not, you know?
They're heading in our general direction, but they're not coming at us.
Yes.
Fair.
Is the camp gone already, or?
You guys aren't at the camp, you guys walked off. I'm just using the same map.
Oh, fair enough.
Because it's basically the same thing, it's just more abandoned buildings in a forest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, you guys have been walking for like about 10 minutes or so.
Fair enough. I imagine this is one of the restricted areas. They don't want people in. Or I'm guessing. Mainly because he did say that we were told that people were thrown in because of some of the, like, going into areas that they didn't want you in. So I'm gonna assume this might be one of those areas. We might not want to be seen.
Fair enough.
What do you guys do? Free to move. I'll say that they're coming from over here.
I don't know, just keep out of their way.
Yeah, keep out of their way.
You're going in the building. Scully is.
Scully's gonna play dead.
Lost. It isn't moving.
Scully crumbles.
I move it, and now there's two of me, according to the page. Oh, no.
Oh
there-
no.
No, it's going, just going a little slow. These old bones ain't what they used to be.
A.
Okay, I managed to move.
Alright, you guys all take shelter within some of the destroyed houses. And eventually you watch walking into the clearing. You see a female dwarf flanked by two orcs as they kind of just begin to march down the road. As they reach the center of the intersection, and they kind of all look around, and eventually the dwarf turns to the larger of the two orcs and says, "Well, which way now? Now we gotta find some of the escaped prisoners, or else we're not gonna get paid." You watch as the orc walks over, begins to like loudly sniff if before dropping to the ground like a dog, and begins to like walk around sniffing at the ground and looking for any sign of markings.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay then.
So I'm going to do a roll.
Oh, no.
They might catch on to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like they're mercs though.
None.
You watch as he begins to wander around a bit, eventually stopping as he picks up and moves some dirt around, and then gets back upright. Footprints. I think if we keep going this way, and you watch as he points down the road, which is in the direction of the camp you guys just left.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Above board, I want to intercept. I don't think they should.
Same. I too want to intercept.
Okay. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just turn...
Well, wait,
Do I step for continuing or
Ren,
ambush?
wait. Come back. Back. Please.
Forward.
Ren.
Forward. Fine, I'm back.
Man,
Okay.
he is a dog.
So, with Carmen and Scully being more of the range, we could probably send me and Teku first. Since if they decide to walk up close to us, then they did the heavy lifting for us to getting close, and if we're in combat. Also, they would probably think that since they only see two, they might be a little more cocky in a sense. So I say Teku and I go and sort of interrupt them. Just
All right.
wait for both of us.
Well, it's not my fault that your legs apparently don't work.
Oh my god.
Is it Foundry?
No, it's that she's-
I just.
It's that she's
talking.
literally doing the exact same plan that I was having, except that she wouldn't stop talking.
Okay, Ren, say something to the.
As the two of you step out from around one of the houses and make your way onto the main road, the trio stop and look up to see you guys kind of approaching at one of the ruined buildings. You watch as the orcs begin to reach for their weapon, but the dwarf steps forward with her hand up. Oh, you two. Oh.
Well,
She
hi.
kind of like looks you over. You also looking for prisoners, I take it?
Not exactly. We're trying to find our way back to town. Got a little lost out here. What are you doing out here?
How the heck did you get lost out here? Never mind. We're working for Scorn, tracking down some of the escaped prisoners from the mines. Apparently they had a miniature break, and now a number of their people are missing.
Are you guards?
No, we're just hired folk who's taking the opportunity to make some coin.
Oh.
Mercs.
You haven't
Cool.
seen anyone's running around, probably in ragged clothes and chains.
Do you want to say something, Ren?
I am just saying I have a +0 in deception. How about you?
My deception is an 8, so it's better than yours. I'm gonna say no, we haven't seen anyone yet. You're the first people we've seen.
Honestly, we're
Alright,
just skipping
well.
out on, paying on the inn.
Well, I suggest you get out here before some actual law enforcement find you, though. This is a restricted area. And Scorn doesn't like people going around the abandoned parts of town like this unless you've got a warrant for it.
Ah.
Fair enough. I'm not saying that, by the way.
Yeah.
I see.
So, above board, do we want to beat these three up and get their thing? Or do we still want to just try to play it legit?
We probably want to play it legit since it seems that new mercs are not here to fight monsters, but are here to catch criminals that have escaped.
Yeah, they probably don't have a missive for what we're looking for. That would be the case.
Yeah.
don't know what else you want to do with them.
Do you want to try to get any information?
Do you think you can gather anything from them?
Well,
If it's just that they're looking for escaped slaves, they might not know much. Just people like that are usually just paid to do the one job and not ask questions.
Fair enough. I guess the only real question I have is, why in this general direction?
Are you asking about that?
I suppose?
You watch as the smirk crosses the dwarf's face, and then she just kind of like, with her thumb, points to the large orc by her side and just says, "My friend here's got quite the bloodhound nose. He's been tracking through some of the ripped up clothing we found at the scene."
We probably do want to stop them.
wait, ripped up clothing? Did we keep the girl's clothing?
No, he's talking about the slaves that escaped. Some of them probably
Yes.
dropped something on the way out.
We
Oh,
get,
that's we gave her a new set of clothing, but
we
we
did
didn't,
give her a
we
new
didn't-
set of clothing, and I
What?
did interact with her.
But I'm pretty sure he's talking about the ripped clothing that they found from the other ones that we were just in the camp with.
Oh, absolutely.
fair.
But I would be smelling like a slave, considering that I healed one. Actually, I healed them too.
He interacted with. It's more question of if we had something to
Throw
lead
them
the
off
scent
the scent.
Yes, that's what it was more asking of, not so much.
If you still have that slave girl's clothing, that's up to you or not, or if you just fucking got rid of it. My question, would you guys have kept a bunch of dirty, bloody rags after she stripped off?
Probably not.
The answer is probably not, but I probably do smell of injured slave.
Well, you probably from right now, because I don't know. Like when we rested, for all we know,
That counts as
Probably-
me taking a
You could have
bath.
taken a bath. Yeah.
yes.
But I would still smell of, slave. So I can be like, oh.
Above board, the demon like to clarify that none of them are actually slaves; they're all prisoners.
Fair. I probably smell of slave is what I'm trying to say. So, even without keeping... Yeah, thank you. Prisoner. I probably smell of prisoner, and even without having kept the rag, he could be tracking my scent specifically.
We don't
Even
know.
if he doesn't know it. Even if he is following the right scent. It could lead to me. What do these prisoners look like?
You kind of just cocks it out like prisoners.
You never know. Depends on how the town might dress them.
Wait.
Well, they're miners, so I'm assuming they would be in leather. Maybe a hard hat or two if they're feeling generous.
Did Red slip up? Can we perception to see if she's wary of us now?
You can do a perception anytime you want.
Fair enough. Because I don't think she ever said prisoners. Red, I think you kind of slipped up there.
No, she did say prisoners. She said that they're
Yeah,
looking
she
for
said-
escaped prisoners.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, then I don't... What is... How...
31. You get the feeling she's very mixed about you because, you know, you're heavily armored with weaponry and stuff, so she sees you as fellow mercenaries or at least adventurers. So she's not like, you know, thinking you guys are escaped prisoners and stuff like that. But she also finds it very weird that the two of you are out here in, you know, the abandoned zone. And now you're asking her a bunch of questions about, like, you know, what she's doing here.
Fair enough.
So she's starting to get suspicious of you guys, but not in like a wait, these guys are the prisoners type way. More of just like, what the fuck are these two doing? Are they actually bandits or something?
Fair enough.
Could you lead us back to Scorn? Because, as we said, we lost our way.
You're gonna have to do a diplomacy check on that one.
Yeah, give me a diplomacy on that one, Ren.
Ah, sweet.
Damn it,
My
Ren.
+0.
Oh, shit.
A 9!
You're not very convincing.
No, I'm not.
You should have
Yeah.
had that.
Yeah, how about no? Oh, we're here to get paid, not to help fucking lost idiots out in the woods. She like looks at your equipment and sounds like, unless you guys want to fill in the paycheck we're gonna miss out because we left.
Unless you guys want to bribe them, you're gonna have to just let them go on their way.
Do you want to bribe him, Ren?
How much were they gonna pay you?
50 gold ahead. And by the
Yeah,
sounds
no.
of it, there's a lot of prisoners out there.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that, dude.
I guess I'll wander around lost anyways. Good luck, I guess.
Hey, above board, Ren, do you have any
Not all
illusion
who
spells?
wander are lost.
Anything?
Do I have illusion spells?
What about you, Scully? Do
I
you
have
any
ghost
things that are-
sound.
I was checking my potions to see what I made today. I think I have a glue bomb.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I have Daze, Charm, Command, Laughing Fit, Stupefy,
And we're-
Enthrall, Confusion, Suggestion, Charm, and I also have Ghost Sound.
Well, it's probably too late, because blues... Unless you want to do something quickly.
You said, we'll see you then, so I took that as the end of the conversation. Unless you want to try and stop them again with something else. You watch as they just begin to walk down the road.
Let's see. Arcane, Auditory, Cantrip, Concentration, Illusion. I will cast Ghost Sound in, like, hopefully the opposite direction of the way that the slaves were headed.
You...
Like, not the way we're heading, but, like, maybe if they were heading, like, west, I make the sound east.
Let's say you create an auditory illusion of simple sounds that has a maximum volume of equal to 4 normal humans shouting. Within 60 feet of you. Alright, so where do you want to make the sound come from?
Would you say that they're heading, like, this way or this way?
They're heading up the road.
Up the road?
So here.
Yeah, that one would be, So yeah, that sounds good.
Alright. As they begin to pass you, what sound are you making so it can be the sound of up to like 4 people shouting?
Like maybe hurried footsteps or like someone yelling run?
As the three begin to make their way, off in the distance over here, there's suddenly the sound of like heavy footprints and people yelling, and you watch as the three mercs all turn to like face that direction.
Well, good luck.
You watch as the two orcs immediately just like charge off ahead, head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
The wizard is going to make a roll.
Oh no. She's a wizard.
I had a feeling something like that was going to happen.
I was blissfully ignorant. I was thinking everything was going to be chill.
Oh no, she rolled well. Oh no, she rolled very well.
Oh no.
As the orcs are running off, she kind of just stands there looking in that direction, then eventually turns to look at you, Tekker, and just says,
Oh no.
"Cute trick."
Oh no.
So, how about you tell me what you're actually doing out here now?
We were trying to find our way into the mines.
And why would you want to go into the mines?
A friend of ours got imprisoned.
Well, I think that means your friend should work off whatever crime she did and get let out the honest way, don't you think?
Well, she was asking about our employer, and somehow that ended up with her in prison.
Well, sounds like your friend was a bit stupid then.
Are the orcs still running?
It's rude.
They have run off into where the sound came from.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get over there and start like looking around, you watch as the larger one who was doing the tracking begins to like do his thing, and he's like sniffing at the ground and looking around, and eventually turns to the other orc. It's like no footprints, and they both just look a bit confused.
Okay. Well then, Ren. Should we attack? It's. I think.
Yeah.
Get the jump.
Yep.
Yes. Let's get the jump.
All right then.
God, I'm right there.
Roll.
Of course I rolled shit.
I actually rolled decently.
Is this a free action? Oh well, wasn't worth a shot.
I forgot to click at the top, and now mine says that I haven't done it. I have a 19.
I'll give it to you in a second.
Thank you.
Oh well, there you go. I rolled nice for you. I'm just that good. All right, Carmen. As you are watching from behind some of the rubble in the houses, it looks like negotiations are breaking down and things are turning sour. What do you do?
We gotta
Well,
take them out non-lethally, I think, at most.
let's again to move. Okay. Here, move back there, and
I don't think so.
there
The
we go.
building is
Right
still.
within 60 feet.
Wouldn't the building be in the way?
So these aren't like proper buildings; they're like collapsed in and stuff.
So it would work.
I will allow that one. Yes.
Alright, scanning. And preparing to fire.
Alright. Scanning her, she is level 9.
Oh.
Oh.
She does not have any weaknesses or resilience or anything like that.
Alright.
You will hit.
Alright.
Doing 16 damage.
Huh.
As the bullet bursts out and fucking wings her in the side, she stumbles back and coughs violently before like glancing over and seeing you like peeking out from over the house. Of course, there's more of you.
I wonder why the sneak attack didn't go off.
Huh, good point.
Let me check. Let me bring up that thing again because there was supposed to be like a damage bit with a sneak attack. I'm pretty sure that's already procced. Let me just double check here. There's supposed to be like sneak attached dice damage. Let me just look up and I'll just re-roll the dice damage for it.
That's because you rolled your initiative with intimidation rather than stealth.
Oh.
So sneak attack, to get that off on your first turn like that, you have to roll stealth.
Ah.
As far as I can tell, that doesn't say that though. It just says when it can't properly defend itself, as in they didn't know I was there until surprised.
The thing is, she wasn't surprised. So surprise is when you actually get like the jump on them, either by rolling with stealth or by attacking from stealth, like you guys were hidden.
I thought Carmen got a thing for being the first one in the initiative roll.
Yeah, that was the sneak attack.
Yeah, but like I said, she has to roll stealth for that.
Ah.
A 25 will miss.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Alright, 28 will hit. Alright, you pop her up with a second bullet, causing her to once again just stumble back, glaring at you from the distance.
Alright.
Right.
When you're about to have 2 people on your ass.
Yep.
He will do a sudden charge. So he gets to stride twice and then attack Teku.
Howdy. Emergency charge. Or, yeah, reactive shield.
You raise your shield. So he is going to take a swing at you. A 23 will miss.
Hey. Is he swinging with like bare hand or?
He has a two-handed axe.
I will disarming block.
Alright. Make an athletics check while having him targeted.
Target him.
Let's see, 23. That is a failure, I'm afraid.
Damn.
And then, with his last action, he will take another swing at you, Teku. 29. I believe hits.
Yep.
Yep.
Just barely.
You will take 21 damage, and you will notice as his axe buries into your shield, it begins to immediately freeze over.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's nice. I might have to take that from you.
So your
Yoink.
shield will absorb 8 of the initial damage, but the rest will just go through and fucking begin to, like, burn into your arm as frostbite begins to set in. Alright, the wizard. Alright, she turns and you watch as this white energy begins to form in her hands, and as crystallized magic then forms into the air, freezing it around her.
Ah, a bunch
She'll
of ice
then-
people.
She then points at you, Dun, and fires this blast of frost in your direction.
Alright.
So she is going to cast Ice Storm. Please make the reflex save in the chat.
Alright. Son of a bitch, really? I'm gonna use my hero points.
Sounds good. Alright, we'll take the irregular damage. Let's see, you'll take 14 bludgeoning damage as you were just pelted with these of ice. And an extra 8 frost damage. Let's see. What is the area on this? So the ground around you done, then begins to frost over and freeze. It is now counted as difficult terrain, causing you to move. So movement through his double movement speed.
That ain't so bad.
Yeah, no, it's not so bad.
Any creature that ends their turn in that ice, the frost will begin to freeze at their feet, and you'll take an additional 8 frost damage at the end of your turn.
Oh.
So, staying in that square, you feel like is a bad choice.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not gonna stay in the square.
You gotta move.
And that was all 3 actions for her to cast that, so that is the end of her turn.
Okay, so
No,
let me
golly.
see. I'm gonna have to move in order to actually get into range.
If I'm lucky, I might be able to lock down the wizard.
And I'll help you deal with her. Meanwhile, I think she's got a... Yeah.
My only thing is I don't want to kill the wizard.
I think witnesses is a good option. I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
I know it.
As Santa Claus once wisely said, "Oh, ho, 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 no witnesses."
No witnesses.
So I'm gonna move twice to get over here.
Okie dokie.
And yeah. I'm gonna do a regular shot with my crossbow on this guy. Strike.
That is a critical hit.
Net
Go!
20!
Get acid, loser.
You'll take the 18 damage. On a critical hit, the target's armor, if any, takes 1d6 acid damage before. And he is not wearing armor, so he just takes the. So, see where it says 3d6 acid in the chat there, Ninja? Uni?
Yes?
Click on that. So because he's not wearing armor, he just will take an additional 13 damage from the critical.
Hey!
Get hecked.
Alright, anything else?
That is 1, 2, 3. That's my turn.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Alright, yep. You watch as a familiar blue glow begins to radiate around this sky, Ren, as
Oh,
he
no.
casts Warp Step.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry, Scully. You can easily, if he tries to crit you, can collapse, and next turn, since he decided to be right in front of you, you can get a taste of the flamethrower.
Oh hell yeah.
You watch as he just suddenly shoots forward like the wind as he warps directly in front of you, Scully.
Yes.
He then raises this strange red glowing glaive above his head and brings it down on you.
Oh no.
Oh, we might have to steal their equipment.
Honestly, they have some good shit.
No
I
witnesses
mean, we
is
are
always...
going to kill them.
No witnesses is always fun.
Loot that body.
Well,
Loot that
sounds
body.
like- I like how I was just like, okay, maybe we shouldn't kill them. Okay, you guys want to kill them? Fine.
No
The
witnesses.
thing is,
No witnesses is pretty good.
26 will hit.
just a regular hit, though.
And you will take 20 damage. You will feel, though, that the first 14, while it is the slashing damage of the glaive, there's a magical blast that then comes out of it as you take an additional 6 force damage.
Ooh, I
Okay.
like force.
And that would be his turn.
They got the force in this game?
Hey.
Yeah,
Funny joke.
Yep. Okay. So let's see what I can do. So first thing I'm gonna do is rage.
And it won't take more than your regular action to move towards her, since even with that flint, that should be enough.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to. Yeah. I'm going to. Should I be behind her or next to her?
There is no behind or next to.
Yeah, Techie's kind of occupied, so there won't be any way to really make her flat-footed right now.
Alright, I'm gonna move here. Just making sure that's. So it takes. What? 10? And then. Yeah, I should be able to move there perfectly fine, right?
Yep.
Because this would have
Sure.
been like, what? 10 and then another 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna move behind her, and I'm going to do the combat grab. So I'm going to attack her, and then
Alright.
grab her.
Alright, you hit hit her. So roll your damage. You give her a hefty 17 damage. However, as a reaction upon hitting her, this torrent of water explodes out from under her feet, engulfing her, and then suddenly splashes down, making a puddle in the ground where she was. As you then watch a new turret form up, as she then suddenly reappears 10 feet over here.
Ah. Alright then.
So, where she was standing is all that is left is just a pool of water. As a new pool of water has now formed over there, where she is now emerged from the water.
Was that a manipulation?
Yes, it was.
Before she fully moves, I reactive strike. So, that doesn't take a map, does it?
Because it's still your turn, yes, it will count as the second map.
Okay.
That is a 1. That is a miss.
God damn it. I can't even re-roll it either. Alright, fine then.
I suppose you can move towards her again. You have one action left.
No. Well, yeah, that's true. I have one action left. Fair enough. I will move towards her.
Get behind her.
I mean, that's what I'm doing.
If you can, right here.
I guess
If you can.
I technically can. So. Alright, I moved there. And that's my turn.
I will, first and foremost.
She's also now meant to have this on her. So you just watch as this current of water, magical water, is just flowing around her body.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the fucking... Where did it go? Oh, what the... If that's where you were gonna put it, there we go. Proper manipulation. And I will... Grim Tendrils.
Okie dokie.
As soon as I find it in my spell list.
Got a scroll.
Kitsune. There it is. Cast Grim Tendril.
Alright. So, Fortitude.
Ooh!
One.
And Fortitude. Okay, so
Okay.
failed.
Roll damage.
And then we'll gain 4 HP back.
Chotomate. I just want to see one last thing. And they will both take 1 persistent bleed damage.
I think she's already bleeding, and I think mine's better than yours.
Okay.
Doesn't it stack though?
No. The better overrides the worse.
Okay.
At least that's from the PathFinder games that I've seen. That's how it was ruled. Then again, that could be just the personal rules.
That could be house rules, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let Blue finalize that.
Let me find out what happens when I put the one bleed on her. Looks like your one's still on top for Ninja, so it looks like whichever's the strongest is just which one's happening.
Yeah, so the better one overrides the worst.
Alright, and then I will bonk this guy in front of me on the head. Question.
Oh, yeah,
Since
okay.
I cast a spell, is it at map or is it normal?
I believe it's at map.
Alright. Rolling at map.
And you hit. Alright, 18 damage.
And that is my turn.
Hey. Alright, they're cool. I mean, Carmen.
Alright. Free movement, so I can still be in range. Yep.
That is a critical hit.
Look, all I gotta say to Dunn specifically is we're not exactly the best at, non-lethally damaging our enemies.
And I will say, since I did hit it, I'm going to also activate its Phantasmal Killer effect. She may successfully do it, but right now it's a good way to see if I can't get her out of the way.
Alright.
So let me just get up on the character sheet and let's do it.
Uh, 33.
Let's see. They have to.
DC is 28.
Yep. So it is a success.
Regular success, yeah.
Yep.
So 46 mental damage, and she is frightened 1.
2, 3, 4.
Frightened 1 within range. That's 9 temporary hit points for me.
Alright, and last hit will be. Oh, that's right. I do this at the start of the turn anyway, since it was how I reload. But I'll just roll that now. And get that out of the way. Still turn in and fire.
Alright, that hits.
Yep.
Alright. She is very rough.
Good.
It's over.
Alright, he's gonna get mad.
Oh, he's angry.
Yeah, that
He's
makes
very
sense.
angry.
Yeah, I figured as much when I saw sudden charge.
Alright, and now he's gonna start pummeling the fucking shit out of you.
Alright. Let me first get rid of my shield and then reactive shield.
Alright. So,
Reactive shield, please. I just wanted you to give me the effect of raising my shield.
there you go.
Thank you.
So your AC of the shield up is 26. That is what he rolled, so he hits.
Huh.
What?
I thought my AC weight
shield's
shield was
broken.
higher. Ah.
That is why your shield is broken from the first hit. So you take the full 21 damage.
Actually,
Yep.
my shield may be broken, but I do have the shield spell, which I believe would put me up to 27, right?
Use that as a reaction?
Yes.
I don't think you can use this. Can you? I thought reactive shield was only for your actual shield.
Oh, let me check. Reactive shield requires you are wielding a shield. You can snap your shield into place. As you would second, raise the shield action gains. Bonus AC. Huh. Which one's the one that said that I could use fucking the shield spell? Require a wielding shield. You can snap your shield. Huh. Did it get changed? Oh well. I'll take the damage.
Oh, he'll hit you again. No, he won't. He'll miss. Alright, so he takes... He rolled a 1 on the blood. Nice. So he takes 1. And he's no longer bleeding.
Huh.
Well, to
Okay.
be fair, I was only doing 1 damage on the blood.
No, the first ninja's 1 with the d6.
Ah.
That's on. Oh, on her.
Oh, no, never mind it.
Yeah.
Alright, she is going to... Hang on. Alright, anyway. You watch as, like, blood is pouring from her mouth, bullet wounds, and all this other thing. Then she turns to look at you, Dunn, watching as the grim tendrils are kind of like knitting you together, and a smile just goes across her face.
Oh no.
She then reaches out with one hand, and you watch this beautiful regenerating glow appear in it, as she then tries to press it against your chest.
Oh no. She's gonna regret it.
Make a fortitude save.
Success.
What?
Never let the DM have any fun.
That probably would have been best used on yourself, lady.
Hero was saying thinking she's gonna heal herself, she's gonna heal herself, she's gonna ruin all my hard work. She uses it on Dunn and fails miserably.
Yeah.
Carmen in the back, Foxpog.
Oh my god.
It was meant to be people, so don't worry.
I want to see what it would have been.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Wow, I rolled so many ones. What the fuck?
Wow, that could have done so much more.
Yeah?
I used to have a -4 on it.
Why the fuck does it have a -4?
Why does it?
I'm sorry, I don't think this is coded correctly.
Something's up.
Yeah, what? That's weird.
That is weird.
That should be a +5. She has 5 wisdom.
Is it
That is
because
not-
she's
this-
scared?
Oh.
Brighton, good
No,
enough.
because if it's damage, the fear doesn't affect damage.
Huh.
Huh.
This is confusing.
This
Something
is
is
definitely
broken
coded
again.
wrong.
She is suffering on her damage
Yeah,
because of that.
there we go. That's what it should...
Oh,
That's better.
that could have hurt.
Yeah.
Or,
Right,
you know,
actually-
could have helped her.
Anyway, Scarlet.
Yes. So
Break
I'm gonna
out.
go ahead and deal with this guy. Actually, they are in a perfect line right now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
how
it's good.
far of a line does your
But
thing
this
go?
this is a really nice line that they're all in.
Yeah, that's a very nice line there.
That is a true statement. That is a fantastically pretty nice line.
How far of a line does it shoot out?
That is what 90 feet.
Oh.
Yep. You done
got 'em.
goofed. They done goofed.
I just roll for damage for that with the, or excuse me, I roll for them to go ahead and do reflex. English.
Yep, I'll do reflex phases for them, so... Let's see.
That's a circle, Scully.
That was me.
Ah.
I just imagine it's just Scully with her mouth just slightly agape and the old green skull slightly mouth slightly open, and then she just lifts.
I don't think it really matters what she rolls unless she gets a critical hit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, roll damage, Scully.
Oh.
Just Scully just holding up with this big old skeletal grin, and then all the orcs and everyone's just shaking their heads no, and she's just nodding her head yes.
God, I know that reference.
This is what you get. Yeah, because I noticed they were in a line, and I'm like, ooh.
Not as straight of a line as it could have been, but that is a damn straight line.
So, one action to put your flamethrower, and your second action, and your other two actions to fucking fire it.
Yep.
Alright, anything else you want to do?
I think that's my turn, ain't it?
I believe so.
Well, when it's Dun's turn, they can flatfoot the barbarian.
Yep. Wow, the orcs take basically no damage.
Yeah, who would have thought that the fighters of the group were better than the wizard?
Yeah.
The wizard's
Alright.
squishy.
Well, you gotta wait till the Magus goes first.
I don't know.
He
Oh, right.
grips his spear, and you watch as this strange form of magic begins to form around him, as these magical runes appear over his body.
Huh.
Oh.
So, let's see. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me check something for Scully.
Roll.
Yep, your flamethrower is a manipulation action, so before any of that, he will attack of opportunity to
Opportunity.
you.
Ah, I just realized where my mistake was, Blue.
Yep.
It was in shielding strike.
Yes.
Fair. Alright, so that was his reaction on your turn, and now it's his actual turn, so I'll put the runes back on. You then watch as he kind of leans back, holding his glaive at you, and then, in a rapid of magical movements, he just flurries out the weapon in your directions, stabbing at you multiple times, Scully.
Right?
So he is going to cast a Weapon Storm. Needs you to make a reflex save.
That is a cool name.
It is honestly a cool name.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Well, time to break out that hero point, unless you want to.
Yes,
Unless you
I'm
want to
using
just.
I'm using my hero point.
You
I'm
could
using my hero.
wait. Would she be able to crumble on that?
Oh no, I forgot.
No, she can't crumble because it wasn't. This is a saving throw for her, not a critical hit on him.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but-
used a hero point.
Reroll.
You watch it be a 1 again. Okay, we're good.
Ah, crit success. So take no
You're good.
damage.
Alright. In that case, with his last action, he's just gonna fucking hit you in the head with the glaive.
Rude. I have a hard head. Damn, not that
hits.
hard.
I just imagine before the Scully gets hit, she just had a moment where she did just Ultra Instinct dodged everything,
She
and
just
then just was stunned to realize what she had done, and then got hit.
she was like, "Did I do that?"
He would have. Had Scully been a normal person, he would have ripped her apart, but he managed to get every single piece of area that there wasn't a bone. Like, your clothing is just like puncture wound, but it's all been puncture wound in like the internal organs areas. But there's fucking like, you know, nothing actually there for you, so you're fine.
I'm good. I'm good.
Carmen might want to help Scully because I just see Scully's badly injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
taking.
and
I'm taking some
that'll be where I go.
All right. Well, now I move behind the berserker, and
Roach him, because that is manipulating bullshit. He's gonna take a swing at you.
fair enough. Yep, fair enough.
That hits, I believe.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, and that was one off a crit, actually.
Yeah, it was one off of a crit. Wait. Yeah.
Alright, 30 damage. As you walk up to him, he just turns around, fucking whacks you in the face with his axe.
Oh, he's gonna regret that. Combat grab! Woo! I'm gonna attack him first!
That is a hit.
God! Okay. And then I do athletics to grab him. Let me make sure about this.
Yep, you're gonna flex.
To grab him.
34. That will fail.
Damn!
So he is not grabbed, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. Well, then.
Oh, actually, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Using your whip, aren't you?
Yes.
It gives you a +2 to your grab, so that makes it a 36, which will grab him.
Woo! Okay then. Then I'm going to push the advantage and attack him again.
That it?
Woo!
Yep, number 21 damage.
Alright,
He is injured.
nice. And that's my turn.
Teku will take stock of her surroundings. She's gonna take a deep breath. And you just hear her say, "This is gonna fucking hurt." And I will cast Harm in a 30-foot emanation.
Ah!
I'm guessing something like that.
Yep.
This is what being backlines makes it worthwhile.
Alright. So, Fortitude save for you, Teku. And I'm gonna guess Scully and Dunn are gonna just let it happen.
Yeah.
Alright, success, so Teku takes half.
Ooh.
He succeeded, so he takes half. I mean, you don't have to do it, Scully, because you're undead. It heals
Oh,
you.
I just wanted.
Critically success, so he takes nothing.
Damn.
But Scully and Dunn heal for 13.
Yay!
And nice. 69 health.
Nice.
And if I go to strike this guy, is it at map -5 or is it at regular strike?
I think it's just regular strike because that was a saving throw, not a spell.
Hey, I will attack the guy in front of me then.
That'll hit. 17 damage.
And that is my turn.
Hey,
Alright, Deku. I mean, Deku, Carmen.
Getting your Kitsune mixed up.
Ugh.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, getting the low rolls on there, but at least that's where the low rolls are going. Scanning, shooting.
Missing.
Rip.
Uh,
I'm
well,
actually
that's
upset because
fine.
I saw it land on the 20 and then slightly tear off into the fucking 2.
It was a psych.
It really
Universe
was a
saying
sight.
Saga.
Tekri's just
same.
coughing up. It's like, ugh. I remember why I stopped doing Ancient
Melee
Dust.
attack. Each are at the first map, so they don't count against individual attacks. Creatures must both be within. Alright, he's going to do a sweeping attack and hit both of you.
Alright.
So you just watch as he raises his axe and just spins around in a circle and sweeps to try and hit both of you.
Alright.
Alright, so first hit on Teku. 35.
Yeah, it hits.
27 damage. And then second attack on Dun. Critical hit.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
58 damage.
Ow.
And then with his last attack, he's going to take another swing at Dun because Dun is grappling him. And he kind of wants Dun to not be doing that.
Dun, 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 dun.
He will miss.
Nice.
Okay, so he takes a bit of bleeding. And he is still bleeding.
Nice.
Alright, Scully.
Yes. I should probably take a potion, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and do an Oil of Unlife.
Okay.
So use.
Alright, as you drink the potion and its manipulation, he's gonna fucking hit you in the face.
Yep.
Rude! That's right.
Yeah.
He will
Yeah,
miss,
Missing.
though.
exactly. Okay, cool. Did the healing go through?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So next
He did
turn.
He just tried to kill you, is all.
Yeah. Oh, why did it do it twice? There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do quick draw to get a Alchemist Fire. There we go. It's a freaking delay.
No.
And I'm just gonna smack it on his head.
Alright.
Like it's
Oh,
a
yeah?
bar fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bar fight with a Motlov cocktail.
Alright, you smack him in the head and there's just an explosion of
Alright.
fire across his face as you do.
Boop. Sorry, Foundry is just being a little slow on my end.
You're fine.
That's alright.
Yeah, you're fine.
Cool.
Alright. He bursts into flames.
I'm gonna do it again.
Do
Alright.
it again.
That one will miss.
Damn. But he gets the slash, right?
Yeah, he gets the 4.
Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that's my turn. But he's not looking so hot. Well, I should say he's looking very hot.
So, Ren, I might take. I mean, I'll do damage, but I'm gonna heal myself in a sense.
Bite him!
Well, there's that also.
Alright, he grips his weapon and is going to... take a swing at Scully. You watch as he is gripping his weapon, it begins to crackle into fire, into flame as he swings at you, Scully.
Okay.
So, he will hit,
Damn.
dealing 23 damage.
Whew.
And then you watch as you can see that on the glaive there are 3 magical runes engraved into it, and one of them, which has a flamey glow to it, suddenly extinguishes, and the glaive explodes in his hand as it strikes you.
Oh.
What?
Interesting.
Okay.
You take an additional 6 damage.
Is this one of the new classes?
No, he's just an NPC.
Ah.
It's rude.
I
That's
think
right.
he is basically just Magnus' specials in runic shit.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about. Because I do remember you telling us about it. So I thought you were playing with it.
Nah, I had this guy long before I heard about the new class.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I read that wrong. Yeah, okay. So, you take 12 damage. Alright, so that's his first turn. His second turn. He's going to pop his runes back on. Ooh.
I don't like
Ooh.
that.
Crumble. It's his last turn.
That was an attack on Scully. That was for how powerful his rune is.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm falling apart.
No, that's not an attack.
It's not an attack.
This is the attack.
Oh no.
He will miss. And he will miss.
Let's go!
So, the orc in front of me is bleeding, right, Blue?
Yep.
Can I do the blood healing thing?
You
I
may.
believe I just get like a flat 20 HP back.
Yep. You spend an action to drain the blood that has been pooling around you and absorb it into your body.
And now, okay, I need to remember how this goes. To drink a creature's blood, your last actions must be a fang strike. I mean, I'm gonna do that. And they must be restrained or unconscious. He's currently just
Restrained.
not. He's,
No.
Wait, is he restrained?
He just grabbed.
Yeah, so to restrain him, I think I have to also trip him down, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, well then that one's gonna be possibly next turn if he's still alive. I'm gonna slam him down.
Alright.
That means I make an attack first, and then I trip him.
Yep. Alright, you hit.
Cool.
Alright, you hit, and now you make the athletics check to try and knock him prone.
Athletics.
31 is a failure, so you do not
Yeah.
trip him, I'm afraid.
Oh, I tried. Your turn,
Alright,
Ren.
take it.
I will cast another harm.
Really?
Doesn't really do that much damage.
I mean, yeah, but he's harming himself.
I am harming myself, but I'm trying to keep Scully alive.
Fair enough.
Just let me kill Scully. Just a little bit.
No!
Okay. And
I'm just a
little
little guy.
DM. Just a little DM stabbing.
No. I'm just a little guy. I don't deserve it.
Critical success on him, so he takes nothing.
Damn.
Success on him, so he'll take half. And I need one from you, Teku. 6 to you, so you'll take half. So half for him, half for Teku, and Scully gets 18.
And Dun gets
And
18. And I will...
that is 3 actions. That is all you can do.
That is true, that is 3 actions. That is my turn.
Alright, Garmin.
Alright, so do it away. Nice.
Alright, he is a frightened one.
Yeah, just because I haven't used this ability. See. How do I... Ah, there it is.
Oh, that's a crit.
Yep, that means I get a +3 to hit him. Let's see, modifier.
Both you and the opponent gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with strikes made against each other.
But I'm also a master in intimidation, so that moves up to a +3.
Okay, intimidate on you and intimidate on him.
Well, I don't get intimidated. It's just that he does have a +3 to hit me if he does try anything.
I think that's what the status is. It's to give +3 against each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And there we go.
And you shoot him for a crit.
Nice!
And he is dead.
Yeah. He just suddenly turned around to Carmen yelling at him and then just sees this glowing-eyed incarnation of death raise a gun and blow his brains out. That's your turn.
Alright, well, that just leaves the raging barbarian who is raging and therefore doesn't really notice that both everyone's dead, so he's going to keep fighting to the death.
Yeah.
He's going to start with a swing. So, 1 against Teku.
Alright.
Oh, rolled a 1.
Nice.
Alright, 1 against Dun. Critical hit.
Not so nice.
Fair enough. I can't even say I have bad AC. You and me have the same AC. Like, you can make your AC higher, but holy shit. I'm the crit target today.
Yeah?
And then last attack, he's just gonna fucking attack Dun.
Of course.
Because he really, 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 really wants Dun to be dead. That's it. 31.
Oh, god damn it.
Alright, Dun is on the ground. He is no longer grabbed.
Damn. Oh, and my rage is done.
Okay, so he takes 4 bleed. He is still bleeding. Alright, Scully.
Yes.
Guy in front of you had his brains blown out.
Thank you, Carmen.
No
I
problem.
think... What's my range here? So that's 34. And how far can I throw again? I don't remember.
30. So you're out of range at the
30?
moment.
Yeah, I'm out of range. Heck! I am going to get over. Yeah, here's good. Then we're gonna go ahead and target, and I'm gonna chuck an alchemist fire at his face.
Oh, yep. You'll miss.
But I get the splash.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
Critical miss. You do not get the splash.
Whenever my computer goes. Did that do anything?
Yeah, you got a critical miss.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Alright.
We hear you, Blue.
Yeah.
There we
Critical
go.
miss.
Oh my god! Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. Done. You're dying. What do you wish to do?
Not die, I imagine.
Can you roll me a death save? I'm away from my computer at the moment.
Sure. I can do that. You're welcome.
He rolled a 20.
Thank you, Blue. Does that mean I automatically get back up?
Yes, you wake up with 1 HP.
Alright.
Alright. Done. You wake up, you are prone on the ground. The guy turns his back to you and is bearing down on Teku now.
Shit. I can't heal myself because it takes 2 actions to take it out and then drink it, right?
No, it takes one action to take it out and drink it.
Okay, well then I'm gonna drink my moderate.
Alright, so that is actually... Let's see. 8 times 3 plus 10 is 34. However, it's a manipulation, so he
That's fine.
picks back and sees you having a sippy, and is like, nah, fuck that, and swings down his axe on you while you're on the ground.
Hopefully.
Hitting
Rude.
Damn, he.
26 damage.
I will... Opportunity. I have reactive
Ow.
strike.
Okay, but how? He hasn't done a manipulation.
Yeah, no.
Hang on. Trigger, creature, reach, manipulate, action, or move
All he did was attack. He didn't manipulate anything.
Hmm.
Well, see, that honestly, him attack me then means I can stand up freely and won't actually get knocked down. So I now stand up and I attack. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna attack him.
Yeah. You had a drink, you stood up, you have 1 action.
Yep, I'm attacking.
Alright, you hit. And 19 damage. He is badly injured.
That's my turn. Go end it, please.
I'm going to try. I will spell strike with Animus Mine. So
You
I'm
cast
just...
harm again.
I can't.
You take a... Come and cast harm again, kills himself.
I can't cast harm.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. So roll damage for this. And then I
Yeah.
said that I was going to cast Animus Mine as my spell strike. As soon as I fucking find it within all my fucking spells. There it is. Mega spells. Animus Mine.
He just takes the damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
God, he's healthy.
He's alive.
He's hanging in there.
He's a barbarian. Of course, he's healthy.
I will cast...
Having character play, having NPCs that are play characters is great.
I will cast Shielding Strike, which will allow me to cast Shield on myself. So, where's Shield?
There you
Thank you, and I will roll for attack with map -5.
You a miss.
Damn. And that will be my turn.
Alright, Carmen.
Alright, aiming. Intimidating.
Please.
Alright, he's not frightened of you. He's too enraged.
Too angry to be
Yeah.
scared.
Scanning, shooting.
That's it.
He may be too angry, but it doesn't mean he'll move out of the way to get shot.
Alright, so... Alright. 10 damage.
Unfortunately, I have to scan them to hit that, so yep, that's the only thing I can do.
Damn. Ah, shit. Well, here's me going down again.
Here goes.
He will spin around in a circle. One on Teku. Critical hit.
Fuck. It was a pleasure serving with you, fellas.
Can't you do reactive shield?
He already did. No, he's on the ground.
I didn't do reactive shield. I did shielding strike. I can do reactive shield, but my actual shield is broken, therefore it doesn't increase my AC.
Alright. Last second hit on done. Also a critical hit.
And there I go.
So that was 2 actions. He kind of just like, you watch Scully as he spins around and just like downs both Teku and Dun in one hit.
Oh my!
He then turns, drops his axe into the ground, and just drags it behind him as he begins to walk towards you.
I feel like I'm in a frickin' horror movie. Okay.
And then-
at least he's bleeding.
And then, as he walks over to you and takes 5 bleed damage, he drops to the ground dead.
Let's go!
Yeah! That's very funny. That's very funny. I'll take the win.
You watch as he's dropping from the mouth, snarling, just dragging the axe behind him covered in your friend's blood. And then just as he approaches you and stands over you, Scully, he then just drops to his knees and crumples to the ground.
Rest in peace, bitch.
I'll take it.
Alright. So actually, shouldn't have ended initiative, because we got people down, but so we'll go through it. So, Scully, you're up first.
Yes?
Gun and Teku are unconscious on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take care of them.
Alright. You spend 1 action to
Can
move
I
over
move?
to them.
Please?
Yep. You have.
I don't know why Foundry's giving... on my computer, it's still showing I'm not. I don't know why Foundry's giving me issues today. But, I'm gonna go ahead and give I think I have another one. I should have multiple oils of unlife. There we go. Yep, I have a moderate oil of unlife. I'm gonna feed it to Dun.
Alright.
So do I just go ahead and click use like normal?
Yep. Alright, so... That is 34 healing for Dun.
You are no longer on the brink of death.
Alright.
And then I have a healing potion moderate for Teku.
Alright.
Let me use that one.
That is also 34 healing. Alright, now I'll end initiative and you guys are all free to move around and do stuff.
How long was
Dun
I out
and
for?
Teku, you both wake up next to each other. Both of you have the same axe gash of ice running through your body as Scully is reviving.
I killed the barbarian, guys. I finished him up for you guys.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Dun's bleed damage. It was all Scully.
Dun looks at all of us and sees that Carmen is the only one who did not take damage. So Dun asks,
Yeah, Carmen's fine.
Yes, hold on. Dun's
You
gonna
mean like
ask
always?
Yes, Dun's gonna ask Carmen a favor.
Yep.
If she could go run back to the village and tell them that they're sending out mercenaries to find them.
Oh, you mean the camp?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
what
so
I said village camp, yes, the little camp. And we probably have to heal up and we might want to bury the body.
Hide the bodies.
I'm not necessarily bury. I say just throw them in an area where you know animals are going to come across.
Fair enough. Nonetheless, I still feel like we should probably warn the camp and, you know.
Yup.
People are on their ass.
I'm gonna treat wounds on myself.
I can help.
You got a critical success.
The reason also why I'm saying Carmen should do it, Carmen's probably more stealthier than all of us, so she could probably do it without leaving tracks.
Fair.
Yeah, I could do that real quick.
Carmen, you will spend the next 10 minutes running back to the camp to let them know what's happened. In that 10 minutes, you do your first treat wounds and heal yourself and remove your wound tecker.
I will treat wound on Dun.
Alright, done. You will receive some healing and your wounds will be lowered by 1.
Mm-hmm.
You are still wounded, however, as you went down twice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Carmen, you will inform them and they'll thank you and get ready to move earlier than they had originally planned, hearing that people are actually catching on to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll begin to double back.
And-
In that 10 minutes, you'll heal up done.
Yup. And
Now, Scully.
I am also not great.
fair enough. So yeah, I'll also treat Scully.
Alright, critical success on Scully. Scully's at full health.
Yay! Thank you.
And during that 10 minutes is when Carmen will finally return.
All right.
Yeah, so you guys spend about half an hour recovering after your grueling fight with some fellow mercenaries.
We're the better ones. We won.
We loot the bodies.
The DM makes notes to throw in more barbarians and fights because they're really good.
No.
We loot.
Wizards kind of suck by the sounds of it, but barbarians are pretty fucking good.
To be fair, she got focused down pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. She didn't get to get off any of her actually good spells. She got off one fucking ice blast and then tried to fucking kill Dun with a healing spell.
A pretty good healing spell, but you know.
Yeah, it would have really fucked me up, but I just critically resisted it.
That fucking 50 damage or something, and if you critically failed, that would have been doubled to 100.
Yep.
Yup.
So I was like, I thought I'd try it, but fucking missed a roll 20 over here. Alright. But yes, as you're looting the bodies, you find that they have some pretty, not, high quality stuff, but they each have magically enchanted armor and weapons on them. You find that the barbarian's axe is engraved with a frost rune, which explains the frost damage, but you feel like he was always consistently getting like big damage with that frost rune more than it should. So you feel that he himself might have been channeling some kind of magic into it to improve its damage.
He was the
Interesting.
elemental barbarian.
Looking at the runesmith, his equipment is good quality, but you think that once again the fire and the force and all that stuff you're seeing was more his innate abilities rather than the actual weapon.
Ah.
Right.
And then the wizard just had like standard armor, because you assume she was probably relying more on her actual magic more than weaponry.
Fair enough.
Right.
Big mistake.
But what you do find is some documents and contract work. from different sources from Scorn. You find detailed documents from what the fuck was his name?
Fucking, hang on, I wrote it down. Invisiak.
Yep, Marshal Ivisiak. And they have 3 jobs in town that they have signed up to do. The first is to locate and bring back runaway prisoners. The second is to join an expedition of a larger group of mercenaries to go down into the mine and hunt monsters. And the third one that they have is to currently look into the disappearance of a man by the name of Oldhorn.
Huh.
This document is heavily sealed and not made by the marshal. It is done by a different individual.
Oldhorn. That is a name that we are after.
Oldhorn. That does sound familiar.
It's Bale Oldhorn. It's the guy who gave
old
the
marshal
other.
is
Yeah,
missing.
it's the guy who gave the other team their original job.
So I'll say that one isn't like the other two. It's a lot more official looking. And when you look at it, you see that it is signed by the town lordship, Lord Dreadmire.
I see.
Yeah, either way, we can't really do much with holding on to it. It would just look incriminating.
That is true.
But
Still,
we
we
did
should
get some information.
read it. We should read it.
Well, read it, then get rid of it.
Yeah.
So which one are you reading?
Oldhorn.
Alright, this one, while it looks more official, like the paper is more like official documents from like lordship matter and stamped with a royal seal, it's scribbled more frantically, like, you know, someone is like trying to quickly write down a message before they close up the letter. And it simply reads, "You are tasked by the City of Scorn and its Lordship Eb Dreadmire to locate and find the missing Marshal or Bale Oldhorn and return him to the office. You are not to speak with this with anyone else."
I was kind of hoping like a last scene at, but
Boy.
seems like that was a bit too much to ask for.
Well, it sounded like they were writing it in a hurry, so...
That's true.
The other two from Marshal Isfix is much more like written more flowery and more like in more like, you know, an official stance of like, "By the City of Scorn, I, Marshal Isfik Ekin, have requested aid in securing the interests of Scorn in the location of missing prisoners and dealing with the aquatic monsters attacking through the underwater networks the mine shaft of Mithril has mined into.
Aquatic?
Aquatic creatures.
For each prisoner returned that has managed to find their way out of lawful custody, a bounty of 50 gold has been placed on their head. Furthermore, each monster within the mine that is slayed, aid will reward an extra 100 gold each.
That? I'm actually wondering if they have that kind of money to throw around.
Yeah. From what I've been told, they're not doing great, but that's a lot of money to just be throwing around.
Nonetheless, well, Teku is reading, done starting to move bodies.
It's just throwing them down here.
Down where? Oh, okay,
Right.
fair enough.
Throw
Isn't that
them,
the toilet?
yes, throw them down the shithole.
Are you
Okay.
looting it before you do this?
Yes, we are looting them. Oh wait, are they not looted? Oh, okay. I
Nope.
thought they were.
So if you double click on their body, you can bring up their thing to loot them.
Right.
Ooh.
I should just keeping their stuff in the packs for now. No need of people seeing that. Somebody might recognize it.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's put it in the people's loot. How do I just bring up the people's loot again? Stash. There we go. People's loot.
So yeah, loot them, drop them in the privy. If possible, drop acid down there.
You heard him, Scully.
Yep.
All evidence removed.
Poof.
That's like I didn't want to kill you, but it ended up to this point.
We had friends to
It'd be
protect.
like that sometimes.
We had friends to protect,
drag.
and
You drag them out to the outhouse, pull off the lid and toilet lid, and just stuff them down. They fall down into the shithole down below. Each one making a loud squashing sound as they land in the mud slash everything else that's down there.
God damn, I feel bad about it. That's terrible.
Yep, place the board, and no problem. And then just cover up Eltrax leading to it.
yup. Just, prestidigitation that shit away. Just prestidigitation the footprints away.
Prestidigitation.
I think that was actually the closest today I've come to actually killing someone again in a while, seeing as Dunn was 3 out of 4 wounds.
Honestly, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dunn did not have a good time, did you?
Nope.
Like, I downed you guys a lot, but I think that was the closest I've actually come to actually almost killing someone again.
That's a good thing, right? That it's been a while, or is it a bad thing that fights are getting bad that we're gonna have trouble again?
No, it's fine. It makes it more interesting.
I think it's a good thing 'cause I think it's a good thing. It just means you guys got a challenge again.
Yeah?
Rather than, one-shotting Anubis.
I mean, we didn't even one-shot Anubis.
Look, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's Gucci, it's Gucci.
So the
So-
person who nearly died.
So,
It's fine.
the best thing, or the worst thing I can say, judging by waves about the letter about finding Old Horn. Whatever reason Old Horn had for disappearing, it was intentional, and they don't want him found. Which means that whoever is asking for Old Horn to be found wrote this letter at great risk to themselves.
I mean, that's one angle we could go about.
The letter is too hurried for it to not be a desperate situation.
Well, yes, but that doesn't literally mean that they want Ordhorn to not be found.
No. Whoever wrote this letter wants Old Horn found, which is why it is such a desperately written letter that I am saying that the others don't want Old Horn found. This one specific person wants Old Horn back.
Mm.
Otherwise, there would be no reason to make sure that the mercs that were looking for Old Horn don't talk about it to anyone else. Talking about Old Horn is bound to lead to trouble. And only one person cares to have Old Horn found. That is the best assumption we have to work with.
fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Honestly, that's what I was gathering from it. Is somebody wrote that quickly.
So, that also, unfortunately, means that since the one we are looking for in the mines asked about Old Horn directly, they're probably deeper than we think.
Fair enough.
So, considering the town, Old Horn's probably in the mines.
Yeah, most likely.
It's the easiest way to make someone disappear. After all, people go down, they get attacked by monsters, they don't come back.
Uh, hearing that it might game pause.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
You're fine.
See, whenever you pause the game, it just makes me think something else is gonna come.
Honestly, like, I'm expecting to be jump scared.
God, what was I gonna say?
Seeing.
What?
The last thing you said was seeing and then game pause.
Oh, hearing that they have God damn. And they mentioned aquatic monsters. How fit are we to fight aquatic monsters?
I don't have tiny nets on me. Look, I say it as a meme, but it's also, this is a good way to catch sea creatures. Well, nets just work underwater.
Oh, okay.
We can probably purchase nets.
I mean, we could see what we can purchase. That's just something we're gonna have to deal with when it comes up.
With that said, they did mention that they found a waterway into the mines, so that would be one way to get in without, losing our equipment.
How good are you at swimming?
That is a good question, Blue. How do we determine that?
On your first page for your sheet, there is a button that says swimming, and you click on that, and depending on how well you roll, you either stay afloat or you sink.
That's pretty straightforward, at least.
I have a plus 13 to swim.
So swimming is a basic activity, so DC 15. It might raise if you try to swim through like rapid water or something like that.
Unfortunately, that is what we have in these areas. Very, very rapid, very unpredictable waters.
So, probably not best to go through the water.
Probably not.
No.
Not unless there's some safe-ish way to go in. Hilariously enough, the answer that my brain came up with again was a net that we use as a pseudo underwater ladder to climb down. But that doesn't sound great, I'll be honest. Like, it's a functioning thing, but it's also a very dangerous thing.
Well, we should probably head back to town just to...
Yeah, avoid cave diving. Sure.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a goblin.
What the fuck did I do to his token, by the way?
I
don't know how I
Why
did that.
is he squished?
Yeah, you did.
What
I don't
did
know how
you
I
do
did
to
that.
him?
That's what I was like, what the fuck was that? I saw you moving it in, like, the outskirts.
So,
Yeah, I was doing that for a while. My ADHD was just kicking in, so I was just playing for Goblin while I was letting you guys talk.
So,
I was just seeing how long it took someone also to notice.
I've been noticing it the entire time. You just flipping it over, rotating it. It was great.
See, if
I don't know how you
sooner,
squished it, though.
I would stop talking.
Oh, no, I noticed it the entire time. It was fun.
Anyways.
That's why I used the Goblin, because I knew it wasn't a threat, so you guys could just talk freely.
What was the name of the person on that wrote the note for finding Old Horn?
Uh, the Lord Mayor of Scorn, known as Dreadmire.
Redmire.
I think I spelled his name right. Don't mind me, just taking notes. Make sure that I'm ready for the next time on Dragon Ball Z. In order to protect Dreadmire, I will set the note on fire.
The night is set on fire.
We should probably head back to town. Unfortunately, rest again. And then see if we can get ourselves into the mine.
Yep.
See if we can get a job doing that, probably.
Yep.
You guys return to the city of Scorn. Returning back to, what the fuck do I name the inn? The Sly Fox.
Yeah.
I guess we have to pay for another night because we weren't expecting to literally stay there for more. So.
Yep. You return, hand in an extra gold coin for the 2 rooms.
Yep.
I'll let you decide who takes that who hands over the gold coin, but you guys are given an extra room.
Yeah, I'll hand over a
so
gold
that
coin.
You can spend the night.
I was gonna say we have money in our party loot.
That works too.
Yeah, it works.
I will pull out the coin from the party loot. There you go. Unfortunately, I know that Dunn just wants to rest, honestly, because
He got
He went
fucked up.
through it.
he's not feeling great.
He got put through the ringer today.
He got fucked up.
Even with the healing, he's less than half health.
Well, since we are basically spending the rest of the time here, I can do medicine checks.
You may. You want to catch up and then have a long rest?
Yeah.
This one is for done.
Okay.
Why do I keep rolling low on the done ones?
And you want to spend more time touching him?
Fair enough. And this one is for me.
I help. I mean, it's not like you needed it.
Alright, is everyone taking a long rest?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm almost back to full.
Well, it has been quite some time, so you're up for another round of healing.
Rolls a 1, stabs down in the face.
No, don't stop doing it in the face. There we
There
go.
you go, you got a crit.
Nice.
Alright. So, 2 things happen, and I think that's where you can leave off for this week.
Yes.
Alright, so the first thing, each of you as you are asleep, you all awake during the night in a cold sweat after all experiencing the same dream.
Oh, no.
You each have a dream being submerged deep in water, deep underneath in a dark cavern, splashing and trying to keep your head above the surface, but constantly bobbing back down under the water.
Oh boy.
Eventually, as you begin to sink into the water, you see 2 piercing orange eyes appear from the darkness of the water, as something begins to sliver its way towards you. its mouth begins to open, and in the back of your mind, or you can or the only thing you feel, is this creature's deep and unsettling need to be fed, and how it is still craving food even now as it devours you all whole.
Oh.
So I was
is
right.
the
They are
image-
feeding the monsters.
Is the image of the creature still burning our heads? That might maybe do a nature check.
As you wake up, yes, you just remember clearly this weird, large, fucking snake-like creature emerging from the darkness of the water to devour you in your sleep.
I will do an
So-
arcane check for it.
IRL,
Uh-huh.
diving into an underwater cave is literally my worst nightmare.
Oh,
Good luck.
you get to do exposure therapy.
Yep.
That is like genuinely something that terrifies me.
It's okay, you'll be fine.
I
It's not
will
real.
I will do an arcana check on this.
Unfortunately, with both your rolls, neither of you recognize the creature. It seems like some kind of strange underground aquatic monster.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about Scully?
I got one more.
Same
I
as you,
mean-
Scully. Oh, actually,
He
Oh.
did nature.
yes,
She
actually
did
with the nature. Yep, she did nature. So that is actually a part success.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Scully, you have heard of creatures that live deep underground, and probably from your own time, kind of like wiggling back into your mind from your travels.
Right.
Stories basically speak that the waterways in the Darklands under your feet have some of the most horrific and monstrous creatures in the world that used to roam the oceans before the cataclysm where the sky fell out and destroyed the world. These creatures that lived in the oceans found their way deep underground to survive, and are simply referred to as leviathans.
Okay then.
I hate it because I love Leviathans. 10 out of 10.
As you guys wake up the next morning, share your dreams, and realize you each had the same one. Looking around the tavern and the haunted faces on a lot of the people in there, you begin to suspect they also shared a similar dream that night.
Oh.
Goody.
Oh.
This thing
Can I detect
is
magic to
it
see
has some kind of-
if that had anything to do with anything?
You may attempt to do an attack magic if you wish.
Hey.
Roll me an arcane check though for it.
Did I do an occult check?
You may do an occult as well.
Yay.
21. Unfortunately, Scully, you don't have much to go on. With your detect magic and 26, Ren. This was definitely some very powerful magic. However, because of the situation of the city with the lines of mithrils also fucking up all the ley lines of magic, it's really hard to pinpoint. But something in your gut tells me this was something very old. This is some very old magic. And with what Scully told you about the story of Leviathans from the old world, burying themselves underground to hide from the Starfall event, it is possible this is a very ancient creature.
Was this... Okay, above board.
Uh-huh.
Was this some fucking Cthulhu-ass event where it's just come and feed yourselves to me?
You're not feeling compelled to go and fucking feed yourself like you were fucking terrified from that dream.
Mhm.
It felt more of a, ancient. It was more of a I'm hungry, feed me. But it's not like they are magically compelling you to go down there. It is more of just it was like a city-wide like message saying that it is hungry and demands food.
Oh, goody.
I think we
That's
know
fun.
what's happening to the prisoners.
That if they're doing that. Hopefully they're not, but we should probably,
We should act with haste.
yes.
As you gather your things and begin to leave the tavern to prepare for the day, what we will end on today, you see a small crowd of people have gathered around a man standing on a box ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
As the town crier announces the news for today. He lets out some general things such as the expected weather, kind of alluding to the strange dream everyone had, but promising that the town magistrates have it under control. But as you're begin to walk away from him a bit, you all hear and turn to face him as he begins to announce. The Grand Lord Mayor of Scorn, Orn Dreadmire, has stepped down from his position, and High Priestess Fawn now rules the city.
Oh.
Fuck it, that went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. That fucking priestess. That fucking priestess.
This is just getting annoyingly obvious of what's going on here.
That is actually. I am enjoying myself. But yeah, as soon as you said, oh, it's the things have been going down for a few months, I'm like, when did the priestess move in? It immediately became, when did the new political movements happen? Because they did something.
Fair enough.
And the priestess was making too much of a show of herself, so my brain went, it's that bitch! It's that bitch! Saving my notes. And, thank you so much for joining us, chat. We hope you enjoyed yourselves as much as we enjoyed ourselves.
Yep.
I have been your host, Renaissance Volpine, playing the lovely Tecumseh, the sparkling Tarch Magus. Oh, actually, one question.
Did we get EXP?
Yeah, that is exactly the question that it was. How much EXP did we get from the one fight?
Baba,
Ooh,
we're
the top fight.
hungry. Hungry, Baba.
I was gonna ask after we ended the thing, but okay. I guess we'll just end on that one. Have a good time, chat.
Yeah.
Feed us some EXP crumbs.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Please,
I
Baba, we crave little egg, Baba.
I want my level up juice.
To be fair, I do want to level up for my so I can do my silly plan.
We worked so hard.